Welcome to the Freshwater Fibers podcast. My name is Charlotte, and I'm coming to you from the beautiful shores of Lake Charlevoix in northern Lower Michigan. Today I am in my craft room. You can probably tell all the crafty stuff around. The family is home. It's Saturday, April 21st, 2018. So there will be some general yelling and interrupting as they yell at the puppy and get her out of things, and invariably knock on the craft room door because somebody has a question and they really don't care that I'm podcasting. They'll knock on the door. Anyway, so this is going to be quick. I have delayed this podcast because I have a number of finished objects to share with you. And I went to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and so I have a podcast on that. And I was going to do both together, but then I thought, I just need to do this one separate. Evelyn is finishing up editing the Edinburgh video, and I'll just put that on separate. It's going to be a little long, and I'm late to the Edinburgh video game. So everybody who didn't go is probably tired of watching everybody's videos, so I'm sorry. So hopefully somebody watches it and enjoys it. It probably will serve more of a video diary for Geraldine and I as opposed to entertainment for you at this point, because you've seen everybody else's videos and you're ready to move on, and people are already talking about Rhinebeck. So I got a Rhinebeck burnout. If you don't go, you don't understand, you don't have the energy, and you like the videos that you see. But anyway, so if you choose to watch it, great. If you are Edinburgh'd out, I understand, and that's awesome. So we're going to get right to it, because in an hour, I'm heading downstate with two of our three children for the night. We'll be back tomorrow, and I wanted to get this done, and hopefully, except for the mess up on the intro, hopefully there will be very little editing necessary. I probably won't, well, we'll see. We can probably edit this while my 16-year-old is driving us downstate. I can be editing on her computer, so we'll see. Anywho, there's lots of yarny goodness, so maybe we'll get the sewing out of the way, and then the rest will be yarn. So this first project, and I'm surrounded by stuff. Yeah, everything is like sticking up here is the Edinburgh haul. I'm not going to show it all to you today. I'll probably, if I showed you everything, it's kind of, but I told Geraldine, we did not come all this way to not buy yarn. So we bought yarn. And it was only yarn that we can't get here. So anyway, I'm not going to show everything for you today, but I will definitely show it to you, obviously, as I use it. And I'm already using some of it. Okay, sewing. I've shown you this pattern before. And I finished it. This is a wonderful yarn-dyed Essex linen from Kaufman. I'm very happy with the shirt. Definitely a much better fit than that last shirt I made, where I was modifying everything and the size was too small and I was up 4 sizes and blah blah blah. So this is an actually more accurate modern size. Again, I did not lengthen the sleeve. Next time I make one, which I will. This is now my favorite shirt pattern. It is the classic shirt by Liesl and Co. Liesl and Company. I got this online. And I would definitely, this is now my shirt pattern. And so I'm going to add an inch. An inch and a half might be too long, but definitely an inch. Probably go an inch and a half on the sleeves, as I've mentioned before. And this is what I do with my patterns, because for instance, let's say I wanted to make a shirt for someone else who is not my same size, and once you cut your pattern, you're stuck with that size, and that's it. So I have these handy storage. I bought a bunch of these at one time for quilting projects. This one was empty, so what I do is that my husband ordered he has a smoker, and he ordered a ginormous roll of butcher paper. And I mean, he has enough butcher paper for 10 years, given the amount of times he smokes. So, food. So I thought, hey, that is extra sturdy, excellent paper for tracing. So I trace the pattern onto the butcher paper to my size, and all the directions cut to size. And then I store them with the pattern so that I have the sewing instructions. And then the next time I make a shirt, my pattern is ready to go, and I just grab it, pin it, cut it out, and boom, off to the sewing races. So that's the only thing I've sewn. I know I said at the beginning of the year, hey, I'm gonna sew a garment once a month. Sounded like a great idea, didn't it? So it's April, and I have a shirt. But that doesn't mean I won't catch up and do two items in a month. I was at Joann's recently, getting buttons for the shirt, and I'm one button short. So now I have to go back to Joann's, which is 45 minutes away, and for one button. But anyway, it'll wait. I rarely button my cuffs anyway, so it's one of the cuffs is missing a button. But I was walking by and I saw this. Yeah. This is totally my style. I would love to wear that. I would totally wear that outfit. But I think I would like a wrinkle resistant fabric of some sort for that. Ooh, maybe something like I don't even know. I don't even know terms for fabrics, so I shouldn't go on and on about what type of fabrics sound like I know what I'm talking about. But a poplin or something, maybe a cotton that has that sheen to it. If you have any good suggestions, please let me know. But yes, so that is most likely the next project on the sewing machine. I think that's it for sewing. So I do have some finished objects. Oh, by the way, you have seen this sweater before. Technically, whoops, it's backwards. Technically, it's done. I went ahead and, if you recall, I ran out of this yarn and the dyer was MIA, wouldn't respond. Well, then it turned out she had been ill. And so then she asked for me to send her a sample. Well, 6 weeks later, I followed up with her. She never received my sample. Send her a new one. And then I got an email from her maybe 3 days later. Oh, I found your sample. I'm going to get busy and look. And that's, again, 6-8 weeks ago, and I still haven't heard from her. But anyway, so I thought, well, I could do this sleeveless. So I put the neckband on. This just doesn't work for me. It's just too deep here. Well, then I thought I do have enough yarn that I could knit and maybe fill in under the arms. It probably would look funny. I don't know. And then I thought, well, I could take the neckband off and have these two meet, the front and the back meet. But I don't know. I'm still hoping that she'll come through with the yarn. But that is not a finished object. These are a finished object. And I've been wearing them. I wore them at Edinburgh. Selbu mittens. These were a work in progress, I believe. This is my very first color work. Never done color work before. I had talked before about this yarn was Norwegian from a swap partner. This guy right here, and you know, pretty thin. I don't So I probably should have held it double. They are definitely not windproof. As I said, I wore these in Edinburgh. We had the wind blew and blew and blew, and it was cold. Not as cold as here, but it was cold and damp, and we didn't have enough layers on. And we were touring Edinburgh Castle and the Royal Mile, and these are not windproof. The wind went right through these suckers. But anyway, they're lovely. Lovely, lovely. This is the pattern. The Flora Mittens by Skeindeer Knits. I bought the whole pack of mittens. She is having it looks like a funny shape because I've been wearing them, but they're lovely. I absolutely adore color work now. I know it's quite popular these days, but I absolutely love it. And Skeindeer Knits is running a knit along for color work mittens. Honestly. So if it's for the entire year, I believe, 6 pairs of mittens, colorwork mittens, and you can be in her cow. But I adore these. I'm going to make more. I will definitely make more of her patterns. Like I said, I bought the whole group of patterns that she had. The other finished objects that I have, and this was on my to-do list. What are these called? Songbird mittens by Heusser Designs, Heusser. Lovely pattern. It called for, oh, this doesn't say. Oh, here it is. So these I think needed a DK weight or a sport weight. What did I say? DK, and I apparently did it in I wouldn't call that fingering, but it's not DK. It's thinner than DK. So then these mittens called for sock weight, fingering weight, and I did them in DK. But they're lovely, lovely, and they are ginormous. Ginormous. I think this style of mitten is meant to be quite long, but perhaps not this long. Uh-oh, yarn's falling. But gorgeous. And I used the same needle size as the pattern said, and I thought, well, I'm using the same needle size, so they should be about the same size, don't you think? But again, lovely, lovely, lovely. My second pair of color work mittens. My gauge is much better, and the thicker yarn certainly helped. It was really hard to get gauge, and I met Ellie of Skeindeer Knits at Edinburgh and showed her my mittens. She was very polite about them. I don't know if that meant good or not, but she was very polite, and we talked about tension, and just takes practice. Practice. But they're lovely. Lovely, lovely. I was tempted to throw the yarn is from my swap partner, the Boss Lady, out in, no. Oh, where's the tag? The Boss Lady in Edmonton. Yep, here we go. Director's DK, 100 grams super wash merino, 250 yards, director's cut. Boss Lady. Oh, and then here's the care info on the inside. That's a good job. And let's see, the color way is not on this one, but she sent me these in the fiber share swap. Let's see, ivy green is the green. I'm not sure what, I'm missing the name on the white. Oh, silver hair don't care. Silver hair don't care, and ivy green. And this is what I have left. Her podcast is Woolly Jenny. So thank you very much. That's probably, maybe I should, that's probably better. But just a very, like I'm not really a green person, as you see, as you see green here. But this is a lovely shade of green. Lovely, lovely. And this is the natural is kind of a parchment white. Lovely yarn to work with. So, finished object. And then I also have, you have also seen this. Well, I don't know if I showed this whole thing last time, but my friend and I, Geraldine, who went to Edinburgh with me, our dyeing company is called Roberta Ray Fibers, and we did a collaboration with Jean Story at Mid Mitten Designs, and we came up with Michigan yarn. Pretty sure I've shown all this. And I'll take my receipts out. Jean made the bag. So we found the fabric, we dyed the yarn for the fabric, and she made the bags. So, and then we also have an excellent little, where are we going here? There it is. Michigan charm. Okay, it's not gonna go, but anyway. And then she has two zippers. So there's this, the intention is that you can put a pattern. And we did include a pattern by Lisa Attic Designs, a stitch pattern. It's not a finished object. But Spring Awakening, as of this broadcast, I think we have 2 kits left. You can contact Jean at Mid Mitten Designs. And so this is the pattern I made with our yarn, After Midnight Mitts by Baby Cocktails. I saw this in the Webb's catalog. And here they are, fingerless mittens. Our yarn is wool and alpaca, all from Michigan farmers. This is part of our Roberta Ray Michigan line of yarn. We do have, not this exact, because this was made specifically for this collaboration, but we love this base so much with the alpaca, and our logo is an alpaca, that we are going to be carrying this base. But after, probably next spring, we will have this colorway back in the store, but it was exclusive for the collaboration. So they're lovely. Lovely. The pattern was quick, very recognizable, very memorizable, and they're really nice. So just I worked on these in Edinburgh, and if you follow along on Instagram, you would have seen some progress there, and then finished them pretty quickly. So there is that finished object. I think that's it for, oh yeah, that's it for finished objects. So let me show you my works in progress. So one of my treasures that I got in Edinburgh was this yarn by Daughter of a Shepherd. and I am making the Carbeth sweater, or cardigan, Carbeth cardigan by Davies Designs. This is a dream. And you know, when you have a special occasion and either you buy a souvenir or a memento, or just you have something from that special occasion, whether it's, you know, a wedding, you save something from the occasion, or a trip, you save something for the trip. Well, of course, my yarn purchases are very special because this was not once in a lifetime. We plan on going back someday, not next year. But it was so special. We had such a wonderful time that working with this yarn, it just brings the whole feeling back of being in Edinburgh for the week. And it just, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to, this was the pattern, a nice little cropped sweater. And I wanted a UK yarn for this. Let's see if I can cover up the top part there. I don't want to show you the pattern. Just a cute, lovely, lovely sweater. You either use bulky or you hold a DK double. It's constructed bottom up. So I already have the bottom up to the armpits done. I have one sleeve done. This is sleeve number 2. And yes, so the yarn, I thought I brought a tag to tell you. Yep, here they are. So, daughter of a shepherd. Apparently we're not gonna totally focus. It's called Brume, B-R-U-M-E. 50% Hebridean wool, 25% Zwartbols, and 25% Exmoor Blueface. I don't know that we have any of those breeds in the United States. Again, I am not a wool expert, so I don't know, but I don't really recognize those. This is, like I said, a DK weight. It's lovely. It's very gray on the screen, but it reminds me of tarnished silver in real life. This is maybe, it looks very brown over here and very gray over here. So that's what it is. It's like a grayish brown with a silver undertone. It's so interesting. And it's woolly, but it's soft. Just lovely, lovely, lovely. So, and it's moving right along because it's bulky weight. And so I chose to hold these double, and I caked up my yarn, as obviously you can see. And I you know, it's always recommended that you pull from the middle, and then this thing doesn't bounce all over if you pull from the middle. It keeps its shape until, of course, you get to the end. But I have, it's called a yarn caddy. So it has the post. Actually, I got this for fat wool for my giant, they're called bumps when they're that large. So there's a cone in the middle, a cardboard cone, and of course you can see once I untie the strings from those, the yarn just goes everywhere. And so I got this, so I plunk the cardboard cone on here and it spins. Well, then I thought, well, hey, I'm holding these double. Yeah, so no losing the yarns don't fly everywhere. I keep them equal. They spin beautifully on this. You know, it's just beautifully made. It does not have a manufacturer name on it. I did get the yarn caddy. This is the size large at SpunArbor, the yarn store in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So, but I recommend that if you're holding yarns double. It's excellent. So the next time you see me, this will be done. I'm so excited. So excited. So that is my work in progress. Couple more things I wanted to show you. Oh, the latest installment of the Little Tailoress Yarn of the Month came in. The 3-month yarn club based on the movie The Waitress. The Waitress movie yarn club, and this month, last month was called Peachy Keen Tart, and it came wrapped in this beautiful peach paper. And so here we go. Very pretty. Very pretty. Again, I'm not a peach person. Peach or mint and mint are not my colors. But her dyeing is beautiful, and again, I mentioned last time how I just love her aesthetic and the pastels and the vintage and the, so I knew it would be delicate and light, and I wanted to give it a try. But yes, her colors are just lovely. Let's see, oh, there's some darker colors in here, some brown, I wouldn't call it purple, you know, a magenta-y, some other colors in there. Like an ochre type color. This is showing hot pink on the screen. It's not hot pink, it's a very bright coral. Yeah, in real life it's very bright coral, so I don't know if I showed less of the window. Oh dear. Oh, I just dropped everything. Okay. That's better. It's not as pink, it's more peachy, but so there we go. Darling. Oh, and let's see, the little progress, oh, there's 2 progress keepers. Oh, there's a progress keeper and a stitch marker. So one is, the progress keeper is a little peach, and the stitch marker is a little heart. So those are cute. It is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, fingering weight. So very, very cute. Oh, and she included some little candies, which I saved this time. If you remember the last time, there was a cellophane cone of marshmallows, which I still have not found. So it came with a little pouch, and these are hard by now. Oh, aren't they cute? Little gummy hearts. So those are cute. Let's see. I did get some darling, a few little odds and ends to show you, and then I'll let you go. Again, this was a short podcast, and we're going to have to leave shortly anyway. I'm already at half an hour. That isn't that short. This was a cute notebook at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. They published this, put this together. It is a yarn show planner. So what they have are sections for, I believe, I thought there was more, but it says 4 shows. So you have a section for date, time, location, planning, you know, where you're going to stay. Do you have all your tickets? Do you have everything you need? Who are you going to meet up with and where? Food options, travel, and travel projects. So what projects you want to make sure you take with you, which vendors do you want to see at the festival. So we bought this at the festival, but what I thought I will do is start with Edinburgh Yarn Festival and use this more like a diary. Which booths were my favorite, who did we see, got to meet Stephen. We got to meet Stephen West and Tracy from the Grocery Girls, Espace Tricot Ladies, Ellie from Skeindeer, Camabornia. So if you're interested, you can watch the Edinburgh video. But anyway, so this was a nice little memento from the trip. I'll use that. I believe I've already shown this, but I haven't started filling it out yet, the notebook for projects. a vendor that we were not familiar with, we found and fell in love. And I kind of don't want to tell you about her because, well, what am I afraid of? I have 30 subscribers. She's not going to sell out on my account, that's for sure. Pink Hazel bags. Pink Hazel bags. Pink Hazel. I'm pretty sure I have a tag. No. I had a tag for her. I put it over here. Sorry. Okay. I guess I can't find her little postcard she had at the fair. But anyway, this lady sold out. She had maybe 5 things left at the end of the weekend. Absolutely. The construction's amazing. I untied it, but this ties. This one is a circular, no, this is the straight DPN case. Heavy duty canvas, just silver. There's little silver foxes on there. You open it up, it's double folded. And yep, so there's her little tag, Pink Hazel bags. The flap, you have your needles there. There's also a little zippered pouch on the side. Just incredibly well made, amazing. I absolutely love it. The only thing that I wish she would do you see my 8-inch needles here are going right up to the top here? So they have to fit in this lower pocket. But even my 6-inch needles, because she has 2 rows of pockets, well, even those barely fit. So 6 inches, I guess, because there's a row in the gray here and then there's a row in the front. But I just wish that this back pocket was longer so that you could stick your longer needles in the back if you wanted. But I guess it'll still work for the 6-inch, barely. But anyway, there are 2 sections there. So, and it folds in and again. Oh my gosh, I think she's out of the UK. She has an Etsy store. Of course, you know, to ship it here, it's expensive. Darling, but I got that one. And then we went back the next day hoping that she would restock her booth. You know, maybe only sell so many things for one day so that you have lots of things the second day. No, she was literally almost sold out. This one is a circular knitting bag. So here's the fabric. I've seen this on not Spoon Flower, but I don't know if this is rifle paper pattern, but I've shown you the fabric that I purchased from fabric.com. I don't know where she gets her fabric, but anyway, so this is the inside. This one does not have a zipper on the side, but this is the circular case, so I just have a few, and this one has 3 pockets. Fabulous. Just heavy weight canvas. And that one, did I fold that too many times? There we go. Just gorgeous. Geraldine got a project bag. She had an update a week or so ago. Of course, I wasn't on my computer right when the update started. By the time I got on, sold out every single project bag. So we might just have to go back to EYF to buy a project bag. Anyway, Pink Hazel bags. I'm okay telling you because at this point, like I said, she's not gonna sell out because of me. Let's see. I got some books. I'll show you this one because this one's going to be given away. Isle of course, if you're American, you would call it Islay because we have to pronounce every single letter in the word. I believe, and I'm going to get this wrong, but I believe they called it, oh, just so you know, my friend's my daughter's friend is arriving, and the dogs are about to bark. So I believe they pronounce this Islay. If you know, correct me, please, so then I know for future reference. Just, you know, a lot of nice photography of the area up in the Highlands, some sheep, beautiful sweater, beautiful patterns. I mean, oh my gosh, just gorgeous. And I think maybe I'll show you these other books as I make patterns from them. But yeah, a bunch more books. I mean, honestly, don't we all have enough knitting for like 20 years? No shortage of knitting projects, that is for sure. Okay, see? Barking dogs. I will show you one more yarn. So, Clark, you know what, I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait. I'll show you this next time. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say for now. The dogs are barking, and I think I'm done. So,